another episode of Arsenal Crash Talk. We've not, yet put them into episodes yet. That's because me and our football bands, we have to get into the season before we, start labeling them with episodes. And of course, this is also the crew of the big guns for, of course, we'll still talk to Fan Nation TV. Should be coming up soon with us later on. But see, this show today, Arsenal Crash Talk. I got two of my big friends around this area, around the space, and of course, these two big fans of Arsenal. These are my brothers, yeah, guys, yeah. See, I want to welcome no other person than Craig Matthews, my guy, Arsenal fan. You know how we do. Craig Matthews, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone.
Big ups. How you doing? Man?
I'm good. Thank you. How's everyone?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, everyone fine, man. See, the guy down there, yeah. Guys, you guys know this guy, yeah, of course. Football bands in the building. My brother. Football bands. Hit these guys and talk to these people, my brother.
Yeah, big up Tony, big up Craig. We've got all the commenters and all those guys watching, streaming now, streaming later. Yeah, man, just big up yourself. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Peace.
Yeah. See, yeah, guys, yeah, see, it's just nice I've gotten the band back together. We've been missing in the action for some time, and these rival fans have been opening their mouths, and they've been talking hella smack, in the football space. And see, yeah, it's only just that Craig Matthews is here. It's only just that football band is here. Abs, my guy, because we're gonna talk this as a family. Let's start first of all, yeah, with this issue of Kai Havertz. Yeah, this issue of Kai Havertz, it seems that it's something that wants to divide the Arsenal fan base. But let's just go back a little bit, yeah. Couple of days ago, on the day that we were to face the MLS All Stars, yeah, in that friendly matchup, there was mandatory challenges going on early in the morning of that day, and in that challenge, yeah, in the crossing challenge, Kai Havertz couldn't get any ball into the net. Yeah. First of all, I will start with how you guys felt about it. Yeah. When we do go into that space, yeah, then we can go into the adjoining issues and the fallout that came out from all those things, because memes were out that Arsenal's 65 million pounder couldn't get one crossing, couldn't convert one crossing in the MLS, and this has never happened in MLS history for any striker not to score a goal in that crossing challenge. Actually, Kai Havertz was the first, but the memes were out, the jury were out on this guy, yeah, and it came to the main matchup itself, and this guy's out here, yeah, he banged the goal in, and a very critical and a very pretty goal for that matter. See, Craig Matthews, I'll start with you because I know Football Bands has a lot to say. But Craig Matthews, what do you have to say? At the start of that day, the challenges, he didn't score any goal in that crossing. What do you think about it? And then getting to shut his critics up in the matchup against MLS All Stars. What do you say to this, my brother?
Well, it's going to have a lot of critics this season because they spent 65 million on him, so he has to deliver. He didn't do well in the crossing challenge, but on the match day, he was ready, prepared. I think he had a lot of pressure on him and he had to score a goal to prove, not just to prove himself, but prove the fans and the Chelsea fans that he's a good player. I think he's a good player. A good player doesn't go bad overnight. Like, I think he was good at Leverkusen. He went to Chelsea, got that big move to Chelsea. Didn't really work out. He scored a win in the Champions League final. That's the only impact he really did in that Champions League final. And I think he was living off that for the last couple of seasons. And I think the best manager to get the best out of him was Thomas Tuchel, got the best out of him. Then he got sacked. Then he had 3 different managers last season. None of them got the best out of him, to be honest. And he was playing all over the place, playing as a number 10, as a striker. So he didn't really have a set position last season. He was playing all over the place. And then Mikel Arteta said in the summer, let me go and rescue this guy from Chelsea. And the goal he scored the other day was an amazing goal because the ball came in, Marquinhos crossed it in, he chested it down and volleyed it in.
Ooh, that goal!
Yeah,
that was a pretty goal, man. That was a pretty goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like he proved his. I think he has to do that every game. Every time he plays for Arsenal, he has to do well, either get a goal or assist, just to put the fans' fears at ease. Because a lot of fans are divided. As you said, is it worth us buying him for all that money? Could we have got somebody else? But in Mikel, we trust. I guess he bought him, so if it doesn't work out, it's on Mikel's head. But I'm hoping he does well. I'm hoping he does well for the club. So yeah.
Just before we go to you, football bant on that question, yeah. Big up to you, Kyan. Kyan, our guy, yeah. Kyan, you're becoming a big guy here, yeah, on this channel, yeah. Kyan, he says, big ups, lads. Big ups to you, Kyan, man, and thanks for the love. Always coming to the shows. BX Guna 81 is in the house. Poo. BX Guna. He says he scored when it mattered, though. Exactly. He scored when it mattered. But you know what, yeah? Football band. Chime in on that question, yeah. Memes everywhere early in the morning, yeah, in England, that this guy couldn't convert crossings in the crossing challenge. He couldn't convert them into goals, yeah, where it doesn't matter. But BX Gunner just says here he scored when it mattered. How do you tackle that question, my brother? What do you think about the whole situation? Can I have it?
Well, for me, I don't really care about no crossing challenge. So what if he didn't score? So what? People got time to be making memes, yeah, at early times in the morning. It just shows they haven't got much going on in their life. So I don't care whether he didn't score in the challenge. All that matters is what BX Gunner said is that he scored when it mattered. I'm not a big lover of Kai Havertz. I'll tell you guys straight. I'm not gonna get on a bandwagon and start saying
Sure.
yeah or rate him. I just see him as an impact sub, and no one can come to me and say, oh, do you know what? I've said he's shit or anything like that. I've not said nothing of the sort. I just don't rate him personally. He may come good for us, he may not. But you know what? He's an Arsenal player now, and I back him. I support him. I don't think he's a first teamer. I think he's someone that can come on from the bench and impact the game in certain areas, whether it be in the 8, whether it be playing the striker or playing the 10 or coming in for Odegaard. I think he's got some decent attributes that will probably help us. He's got the physical side where he's tall. He's quite tall, so winning balls in the air, winning balls in the box, and
His aerial ability is also very
yeah.
good, man. His
So
aerial ability, using his head.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't mind. I don't mind him. Would he be my first choice? No, he wouldn't. But all this, he didn't score in a crossing challenge, man. So what, man? So what? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, for me, man, it doesn't matter. But you know what? Yeah, see, this is where I draw the line. Yeah, it sees everything in the morning. Yeah, of course, these players, they're humans. They have feelings. They watch the news like we do. Watch the news. Yeah, they see everything going on. They tune into lots of talk shows. They tune into YouTube. Yeah, they check out Instagram. They see all the memes. They log into Twitter. They see everyone literally on their necks. So see, yeah, the way I'm seeing it is that Kai Havertz saw all these memes, yeah, said to himself, I'm a 65 million pounder, yeah, and all these memes all about me in a freaking challenge. Yeah, he must have been so pissed off about it. Going into that matchup, excellent goal, just like what Craig said. A very, very, very controlled pass from McQueen. Just lifted it, floated it, down to the other side, and he just brought it down with his chest. And and shot from the same range, yeah, ironically, which was where those crosses in the challenge were also actually coming from. So he actually put his money where his mouth, is, and scored that goal. Yeah, and again, BX gonna just said it. He scored when it mattered, though. Yeah. So, and that's what I want to see. I want members of my team to score when it matters. And see, yeah, guys, yeah. Last season in the trainings, yeah, we always see all these guys, yeah. They turn up in trainings, yeah. You would see Martinelli dribbling one or two people. You see Eddie Nketiah banging in goals in the trainings, but on the pitch, Eddie Nketiah is not scoring the goals. Yeah, but in the training, these guys are doing quite well. I want a system where these guys might not even do well in the training, but when you're on that pitch, you have to make sure you're scoring the goals. You have to make sure you're putting the goals in. In that way, you shut your critics up. You don't even have to care about what they say. And even if you even check out his Twitter, he came out with a Twitter post after he scored his goal and the match ended, and he said, "Take that." That's what he said, showing his goal. Uh, do you think at this point, yeah, do you think Kai Havertz took that too far? Do you think he should have just been like, okay, let me just shut up and watch the game as watch my career as it goes, which will eventually shut the critics up. But yesterday he put up a post that says, "Take that," and it was directed at his rivals or his critics per se. What do you think, Craig?
I feel that he has been getting a lot of stick last season from Chelsea fans and a lot of stick for leaving. And I think if someone is mocking you online as thing said, then you have to sometimes it can take mentally can affect you. So maybe it affected him a lot, and he said, "No, I'm not having this. Let me fight back and show these people what I can
Fight
do." So
back.
that's what he did. Yeah, so that's what he did.
Mm, Football band. Do you think he was wrong in any way for him to, tell the people, the critics who have been on his necks, take that? Do you think that's a good way to go, or do you think it took it too far?
Um, well, only Kai can actually answer that. Maybe it was a bit of relief, just to show
Mm,
people that, you know what, okay, you made fun of me, but now I've scored a goal now, decent goal, and
mm,
here's the favour. I'm going to return it back to you, but he has to be careful because how old is he? 24? Is he 24 or 24? He's
I think
24, isn't he?
20. I think he
24,
should be
25.
24. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually
he,
young, this guy.
yeah, he's quite young, so he needs to be
Nowhere near his
careful.
prime.
Yeah, no, 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 no. He needs to be
Yeah.
careful how he wants to be um, with fans and rival fans, because
Mm,
if you're going to give it, you're going to have to be able to take it as well. Because there's going to be times. Sorry, let me just shut the door. There's going to be times where he's not going to be at his best. He's going to have shockers,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
he's gonna have to take a lot of pressure from the fans, especially his own fans
Mm,
as well. So you know,
yeah.
for me, I think he just needs to rein it in a little bit. It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone, does he? Really? He's a footballer. You know, he's played for some top clubs throughout his career. Okay, the expectation for him at Chelsea when we bought him for the
Mm.
price is not great, but he might come to Arsenal and do some good bits for us. So if we win something,
But,
then no one's going to worry about Kai
but
Havertz.
But see, yeah, see, football banned. But on the contrary, I really think he has a lot to prove. He hasn't proven himself quite well in Chelsea Football Club. He only scored 7 goals last season. The season preceding that, 7 goals, same thing. He has gone nowhere near the figures he did used to score at Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, we do know the problems Chelsea had within that period. But I'm sorry, football bands. I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. I think he has a lot to prove, and of course, when you get lots of stick, yeah, knowing that you're already in that environment that really will criticize you with whatever you're doing now, they're not really very happy that they brought you for about 65 million pounds. You will have that stick. You will get that stick because you haven't been proven yet in your former football clubs. In your former football club, that you got that 65 million transfer to come to Arsenal. He hasn't proven to the Arsenal faithfuls yet that is something that will come good. We don't know about that. So he has to prove himself. Or do you see it differently, Craig? Do you think he doesn't have to prove himself? Do you think he's at that point he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone?
Well, it's a German international. He's won the Champions League, so he's a winner. So what he has to do is just transfer his winning mentality to Arsenal, win games, win trophies. As long as we win trophies next season, then all this 65 million Kai Havertz nonsense will stop talking about him. As long as we're successful on the pitch, then everyone won't be talking about Kai Havertz. It's about how we do next season. If you finish second again and don't win no trophy, then everyone's going to say, exactly, everyone's going to say that we
So,
failed
so, so
again.
he does have things to prove to Arsenal, right? Because I
But
really
he's
want
not.
to know: does he have to prove anything to Arsenal
But
fans?
but
Does he have
but
to
he's not
prove to
but
us?
Well, he's not the only one that needs to prove. All the players need to prove that next season that we need to win trophies. Not just him. The whole team needs to prove. Because Arteta spent a lot of money on players, and they've been there for a couple of seasons now. So all the team have to prove that they're capable of winning trophies and not failing in the last 10 games of the season. Not only Kai Havertz, everyone. The whole team needs to prove. So yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, yeah, good. See, football band, yeah. Going to that MLS game. I don't know if you were awake, if you watched it when you were awake, yeah. Take us through that game. What did you think? You saw our expensive toys, yeah. The all expensive toys were out there playing in the second half, yeah. Mikel Arteta started without the expensive toys, yeah, because Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and of course Julian Timber, who made his debut that day. They didn't play in the first half. He reserved them for the best, which was for the second half of that game against MLS All Stars. What do you think about that game when you watch that game, either through a replay or whatever? How did you see that game? What were the technicalities that you saw that made you feel like okay, we're cooking right now? And what will you say about the positional play? Because I know you can go technical if we allow you. What about the positional play of Jurien Timber and Declan Rice? When you looked into these players, how did you see the technical ability of these guys?
With all due respect, I didn't watch the whole game. I got the highlights.
Hmm.
So I don't know. The midfield just you know, looked good. These balls that are being sprayed, left, right, centre, these through
Mm,
balls,
mm,
through ball to Martinelli. Um, the opposition weren't great though. MLS, no stars I call them because they were trash for the day. They were trash. Come on, let's if we're gonna say you know what? Okay, we did play well from what I saw, but is that really proof of Arsenal? Does that really show that we're? I think tonight against United will show a little something, but then again, it depends
mm,
what players Arteta will roll out as well because he might start with a young team. United might start with a young team as well, but historically, even in friendlies, I can see these two teams actually going for it, just to put a
mm,
marker down on a friendly. But no, we look good. Jesus look sharp.
mm.
I didn't see much. I didn't see. As I said, I saw the highlights. So you guys will probably be able to give me a bit more information if you watch the games. But I didn't. I didn't watch the game.
Mm, mm. Craig, did you watch that game? I knew it was a little bit late up there in the UK. It was around 3 o'clock, 3:30. It started. Today's game will be starting around, let's say, 2 hours earlier than the first one. I definitely have to watch it, obviously. But when you saw the highlights or when you saw the replays, what did you connect to, in that game?
Yeah, I think Declan Rice was when Declan Rice came on, he was telling the captain Odegaard where to move in the midfield, like get the positions, like stay there. Like he was being more the captain than Odegaard. He was moving players in position, move there, move there. So he was doing tactical stuff on the pitch with the players, and it looked very good coming on. Timber was solid at right back when he came on. Marquinhos looked quite well for the assist he got for Havertz. I think Saka was man of the match. He got player of the match. He was very good. He's got 2 assists. The goal that Jesus scored was amazing. He loved the keeper. It reminded me of like an Ian Wright kind of goal when he did it years ago and he just dinked it and it went
Yeah,
over the keeper.
right.
Did he mean that, or was that like a cross type of shot? Did he actually mean that?
It looked like he
That
meant
goal.
it. 'Cause the way how he hit it, it wasn't like it was a cross.
Yeah.
Did he mean it?
That's
No, seriously.
I think he
It
meant
looked like a cross.
I think he meant it. It looked like a cross, but the way how he hit the ball first time and dinked over like he saw the keeper of his line and just dinked it over him and it went in. Yeah.
But again, see, I don't know if that ball was a pass or if it was maybe a genuine shot on goal. But whatever it was
a good goal anyway,
man.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
And Arsenal at that time. But see, without much ado, I stayed up. I watched that matchup. Yeah, that was a very, very good matchup. Yeah, Arteta, of course, characteristically turned his, kept his big guns, on the bench. Yeah, the people we spent all that money for, he allowed them to start up from the bench. And of course, it started out with players that have a lot to prove to us after last season, and that's with players like Trossard. That was a matchup, that I really wanted to see Trossard take at least just have a constructive continue from last season, because this guy has come into the club. He is giving his best to this club. We've seen lots of positives with Trossard, but I think he just needs something more extra, or maybe he just probably needs a big season, a breakout season at Arsenal. So that guy had a lot to prove to me, and then coming in, Gabriel Jesus too, a lot to prove to us. If he's the striker that is going to give us 20, 25 goals next season, do I think that now? I'm not sure. But to see him and scoring a goal that day, it was something that I could really, really do appreciate. And one thing I did do understand from that game is Bukayo Saka, man. Guys, you
That
cannot
guy's serious, man.
underestimate what this guy can do. The way this
Guy's
guy
serious.
plays, the way he controls play, the fearless way he takes on players and takes on defenders, it tells me that next season, this guy, he's always been the star boy, but this guy, Bukayo Saka, this guy, he might really, really cause havoc next season. And the bigger picture out of all these things, he just signed his contract. This guy just signed a new contract. The highest earner in Arsenal Football Club. This guy can actually do this. He can do this. Like literally, he can do this. The way he plays, the fearless way he encounters defenders, that thing alone, that's what sends shivers down lots of defenders. Yeah. Players that can be able to face you, turn you, want to make a public show of you. Those are the kind of players that genuinely scare defenders, off their perch. And that's what Bukayo Saka did on that day to MLS defenders. Hence, having a couple of assists that day. Just look at the way he just caught that ball back for Trossard, for that beautiful goal from Trossard. Like, what a beauty. I really do think football bands that Bukayo Saka might get up to 20, 25 goals next season. What do you think?
I don't think he'd get 20, 25. I think he'd be around the same goals as last season. So I reckon probably between 15 and 18 goals. What I would say about Saka is that if he has a season that he had like last season and he's managed properly by Arteta, not that he's played into the ground, he's managed, so he's playing his best football. There needs to be a conversation because 2-3 seasons of consistency, we need to start asking questions about whether he's world class or not, because he does it for England. The Euros, the World Cup, he played well. If he does it next season again, and there's a difference between being consistent and being burnt out. Even the best players, when they're burnt out, they don't perform. There needs to be a conversation, and I will be returning to this conversation with you, Tony, next season if I see him producing those numbers that he did last season, especially with his GA as well.
Yeah, definitely. Craig, just before I come to you, we do have people who've come into the show. Arsenal Punk says, laughing out loud. Kyan comes in also. Kyan also says here, any news on Trossard injury? I heard that injury was just I think it was just a knock, actually. Have you guys heard anything about that injury for Trossard yet? No one. Okay, good. I heard he had a little bit of a knock, but I think he has shaken it off. I think he will play today against Manchester United. I'm not so sure, but let's see what happens. And there's no official team news that has given us any official stuff about the Trossard injury. So I think it's good, and I think he shaked it off in the last match. But let's see what happens. Amy Baba, that's our guy. Po. Amy Baba says, "Yeah, big up guys, and we have Ellie Dawes Football TV. Guys, go check out Ellie Dawes. Great guy. That guy comes here to support me, and he has a very, very good channel too. Yeah. Ellie Dawes says, big up Tony and the panel. Yeah, that's Ellie Dawes. And of course, Princess Adora. She says here, hey guys, big ups to you, Princess Adora. You know, we love you down here. Arsenal Punk says, yes. Amy Baba says, I don't think Saka gets 20 goals. Okay, let's see what Amy Baba says here. It says, I don't think Saka gets 20 goals next season. The board should break the bank and bring in a prolific striker. Craig, what do you have to say to this? Amy Baba.
He's got a point. We don't want to be left short. We don't want to end up going short again like last season because
he's got a point.
And Mbappe is available. If we can afford him, go for it. If we can afford his wages, we should go for it.
We cannot afford this guy. Come on, we cannot afford this guy. Can I just chime in? Can I?
Don't allow this guys memify you on Twitter. Don't allow these guys memify you on Twitter. Football bands, don't make that mistake.
I'm not going to get onto this delusional thing, bro.
What do you have to say, football bands, man?
Let's just forget about the Mbappe conversation. What I was going to say, and there's a very interesting from Kyan. I actually done a video talking about, if you can go to Kyan's comment about Martinelli, please. I was saying that in one of my videos that I've done recently. So it's Kyan, yeah, Martinelli, yeah. I totally agree with Kyan. In one of my videos, I said this. I think Martinelli can get 20 plus goals next season.
I don't think so.
Martinelli is developing into a gunman. Yeah, you heard it here
Mm.
first. Martinelli is going to be a gunman for Arsenal next season. He's going to break that 20 goal
Clip that,
record.
guys. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that.
Clip that. Listen, clip it.
Clip
The only
that,
way
man.
he won't get that, the only way he won't score 20 plus is if he gets a major injury, yeah, and he's out for the season. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about that. But Martinelli is going to score 20 plus Premier League goals next season. The reason why I don't think Saka will score 20 plus goals because he, although he's very good, I wouldn't class him as a clinical front man. Yes, he does get his goals and stuff, and yes, he can finish, but I don't call him clinical. And I wanted to address you guys on this point about a prolific striker. Now,
The
we
elephant in
can
the room.
yeah, we can be this team that we want all these shiny toys and we want this and we want that, but we have to understand that Arsenal collectively can score goals. So remember, Jesus was out for a period, yeah. His goal records in the last few games was quite tidy. You know, he started to score a few goals. Martinelli can score. Saka can get his fair share of goals. Even Trossard, I think Trossard, yeah, I think he can get a few goals as well. So the goals can be spread amongst those players. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we need unless we're not playing Jesus, because we've got Nelson, yeah, that can cover. I don't know, either the left or the right hand side. So I,
Is it
unless we're
good
getting rid of
enough? Is
Jesus,
it good enough? Is it good
the
enough?
question
Because
is
even
no.
last season, football bands,
The
even on your
question
channel,
isn't no.
sorry, guys, I watch your channel. I watch your channel, football band. Even last
Yeah,
season, you criticized Nelson. You criticized Nelson on
yeah.
your channel. You know, yeah.
No,
Even
but
here,
that's the
me and
point.
you
I'm
have
not.
had our fair share of going back and
Yeah,
forth
but the
about
point
Nelson.
is, I'm not making the point
Is
of
it good
whether
enough?
Nelson's good enough. No, I'm not making the point. That's the point. I'm not making the point of whether
Okay.
Nelson is good enough. He's cover, yeah. He's cover for positions, yeah, which we didn't have last season, yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you take Saka out, then and we've got Nelson, then we've got a problem. But what do we do then? Then we may have to start thinking about, oh, do we need a striker now? Because although Jesus can play the false nine or the nine, we still need someone,
Yeah,
that's got a little bit different to his game. So I don't know. I think at the moment we're okay. I don't
his
think we
game.
need to get a big boy striker yet. Maybe in January if Tony's available and he's at a good price, then yeah. And we're going for the title. We're like, we're going for the title, and you know what? Yeah, Tony's there. Then we get Tony. But for the moment, I think we're okay. But that's just my opinion. I think
Mm,
Martinelli is going to score a lot
that's
of
just your
goals.
opinion. See,
Yeah,
hmm,
go on. Go on,
hmm.
sorry.
But see, Craig, yeah. Do we need a prolific striker? Amy Baba says here, he says, if we can pay 105 million for Rice, then we should be able to pay for a prolific striker. And when it comes to this striker talk, yeah, we already know that Gabriel Jesus can't give us 25 goals in a season. We know that. From the history, at Manchester City, he hasn't scored up to even 20 goals in a season. He hasn't. Even
Yeah.
15, he hasn't in the Premiership. He hasn't done that. So he's not a prolific striker. And yesterday, last season, he proved the same hypothesis that he's not a clinical striker.
Mm.
The proof is in the pudding. Yeah, of course, he had his injury. We all know that, but it's still, we brought him in to score goals, and he only gave us about maybe 10, 12 goals last season. We had up to, I think, Haaland scored up to 50 something goals. last season. Uh, uh, am I back in the stream? Guys,
Yeah,
am I back in the stream?
I can
yeah,
hear you
yeah,
now. I can hear you now.
Am,
Yeah.
am I back in the stream?
Yes, yes,
yes.
yes. You hear us?
Yeah. I think I'm back. Yeah. So yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So Gebe Jesus can't score up to 25 goals, but Haaland scored nearly up to 50 goals last season, and you can see the damage it has cost. They've gotten a three-peat. They won the FA Cup. They won the Premiership. They won every trophy out there last season. Yeah, bar the Carabao Cup. So that's the problem. So what do you think about this, Craig? Don't you think we need a prolific striker, just like what Emil Baba said, and take a cue from what Football Bands have said too?
I agree with football bants. I think Martinelli will definitely get 20 plus goals next season. Odegaard scored loads of goals for me. Scored 50. I think Odegaard scored loads of goals for me for last season. I think the goals could be spread around. And you guys can forget we've
Yeah.
got Balogun still at the club. I think Balogun scored 20 goals last season in France, and he's a good finisher. I think he's a better finisher than Eddie. 100% better finisher than Eddie Ketia. I feel that he just needs confidence. I
Yeah.
think if he stays, we give him a run of games, and I think he'll score goals. We're in a lot of competition next season, so give him games like an FA Cup, League Cup, and some Premier League games, like an easy team, like
Yeah.
a team that's not really giving minutes here and there, and see what he can do. But I think Balogun will definitely can score goals in the Premier League. And if it doesn't work out for him, then we just have to see it. As Tony said, go and wait till January, see if Ivan Tony's available, and go for Tony. Or maybe do a swap deal, one of the strikers for Tony or something. So, yeah.
Interesting. See, guys, see, I know someone here loves this guy I want to talk about. Yeah. See, it's not a person than Ajax of Amsterdam forward player Mohamed Kudus. Yeah. Football band. This is your guy. Yeah. Because I knew when I posted that stuff on Instagram, I saw smiles all over your face, man. See, tell us about Mohamed Kudus. What have you heard about this guy? Do you think he's coming? Do you think if he comes into play, do you think he can change anything at Arsenal? Is he the kind of guy that you think will fit in and integrate squarely into this Arsenal squad? What do you think? Take us away, Mohamed Kudus, Ajax of Amsterdam, to come to Arsenal. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Excuse me. 100%. Powerful. He's got pace. He's skillful. He can score a goal or two. He's just that type of dynamism that we need at times when players can't hack it. I think he's a very good player personally. And I think, sometimes you need certain type of players that are going to get you over the line. Kudus, to me, just seems that type of player, someone that can just come in and just do a job. Not even just do a job, but he can actually create. Can score. He's got that physicality about him. I want him at Arsenal. I hope we get this guy, man. I really do, because we'll be cooking. We'll be cooking. We'll be cooking next season if we get him.
We'll be cooking,
100%.
right?
100%. We will be cooking, bro. What do you? Hold on. What do you think of him? What do you think of him? Because I want to get your opinion. What do you think of
Craig, I'll allow you to take a crack at that before I go at it. What do you think,
Yeah,
Mohamed Kudus? You've just heard
I,
what
re-
football band said.
I think he's a very good quality player. He'll be a good competition for Saka as well, and he can play multiple positions. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a number 8. He can play out wide. He's a very powerful Ghanaian international. I watched him in the World Cup. I think he scored a goal against Portugal, if I remember correctly. I think he just scored a goal against. He played well in the World Cup, and he's done well. And he's done well for Ajax as well. He won the league under Ten Hag a couple of seasons. He's just like he's a dying breed of player that he's one of them kind of players that if he comes to Arsenal, he'll definitely transform the club in the midfield area. Saka will have to be on his A game every week because he can rotate both of them. That'll be Saka's rotation. And if some games you have to drop Saka, then you can play him. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, Mohamed Kudus, I love that guy. See, those in the charts, big ups. What do you think about Mohamed Kudus? He's been linked to this football club, yeah. Although I heard that Chelsea have come into the fray to gazump that deal just this evening. You know, I heard that they sent representatives to have talks with him, but yet I heard that Arsenal is still are still front runners for that deal to come up. But see, yeah, Mohamed Kudus, yeah, 22-year-old, born in 2000, yeah. This kid can ball. This guy can play. What I first saw him was in the World Cup, yeah. This guy can ball. He's strong, he's energetic, he can move, and he has the whole trappings, yeah, and the whole magic of a typical player that Mikel Arteta would like. You know what you know what Mikel Arteta likes, yeah? The versatile players that could play multiple positions, yeah. And this one is not he's not just that guy that you call and say, hey, play this position. Is that kind of guy that you call in and he'll do that job for you, yeah. And the way he multitask, yeah, extremely amazing. Last season for Ajax of Amsterdam, he played 30 games for Ajax of Amsterdam, yeah, and he scored 11 goals in the league. This just league goals alone, 11 with about 3 to 4 assists. For me, that's about 14. That's about 14. And he's a midfielder. It's not even a striker. Yeah. That's the kind of players I want at Arsenal. Players who are multidimensional, who you could say, hey, come in and do a task and they do it. Who's strong, who motivated, who's a winner. Also, we keep forgetting this thing that most of these players in Ajax of Amsterdam that Arsenal are actually trying to bring through right now are already winners. They've won with Ten Hag. They went into into the league and won a two-pit. Yeah, I'm sorry to sing the praises of Eric Ten Hag, but they've done it with him. Yeah, they won these titles with Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, so they're winners. And there's this thing. I'm not saying that the Dutch league is a you know is your typical big league or something like that. But all I'm saying is that Ajax of Amsterdam, it's a big football club. They've played in the Champions League. Kudus have played in the Champions League. He knows what it takes to play where there's big stakes, where you really have to put up performances and urge your team on. And these are the kind of players that I want. I like that guy, and he's also a speedster. This Ajax of Amsterdam players, they come with some certain kind of lightning speed. Yeah, strong and strong, muscular. He's fit enough to play in the Premier League. Just look at this guy, Vieira. Just look at Vieira, yeah. Vieira hasn't lived up to expectations, yeah, on an Arsenal shirt, yeah, and that's because of the physicality of this league. It's too slim, it's too thin. He can't shoulder the amount of pushes, the amount of ruggedity in this league. This is a rough league, and it's a league that you have to bulk up. You sincerely have to bulk up. So any signing I'm seeing right now should be a signing that should bulk up and that should be mentally prepared to play for Arsenal Football Club right now. And you know what? Mohamed Kudus, has everything. This guy has got everything Arsenal need. Are you talking about speed? Contrast him with Fabio Vieira. He got the body. Yeah, he's not the biggest person out there. Yeah, but he comes with that bulkiness that would serve us, you know, in positive light or in positive ways in the Premiership because he's bulky enough. Mentally, that people can't just come in and bamboozle you off the ball. He's strong with the ball. He can run with the ball. He has lightning speed. He can multitask. He could also genuinely get goals for you. This is what we want to see. I want to see midfielders that could give me 10, 15 goals per season. Come on, man. The Lampards of this league were doing those type of things and winning multiple trophies for their teams at the time. Gerard won the Champions League. He had goal outputs in that win that they got. Yeah, we need midfielders that would score goals, and that's why I'm also thinking that this Kai Havertz thing might be a blessing in disguise. Mostly if Mikel Arteta uses him the way he used him in that MLS game. Yeah, allow Saka and allow Martinelli create chaos. Yeah, coming in from those flanks. Allow your fullbacks who, to be very sincere, Jiri and Timber, lightning speed. That's our next topic. Is running at you from that right back position. Just imagine Saka running at you from that right flank. Imagine Martinelli running at you from the left flank. These are pacey players. See, we've not even talked about Zichenko. Yeah, running in and cutting in invertedly from that left back position. What happens? What happens? It creates openings, it creates spaces for people like Kai Havertz to just slot in that ball because no one have the time. These defenders don't have the time to think about him. They're thinking about Saka coming in from the right. They're thinking of Martinelli. They're thinking of Odegaard causing destruction with those passes. Yeah, and oh my God, if you guys did not watch that matchup against MLS, at least you did see the replay. The pass that Odegaard gave to Martinelli. Did you guys see that pass? Craig, did you see
Yeah,
that pass from Martin
I saw
Odegaard?
that pass. It reminded me of the game against
Oh,
Brighton last season. He did that
oh,
same price at Brighton away when Odegaard did that same exact pass to Martinelli, opened up the defense. Then Tarek Lamptey, who's a quick defender, tried to catch Martinelli, couldn't catch him. Just buried it past the keeper. Same type of goal he scored that last season. So if he can do that this season in the league, it'll be amazing. If Odegaard can do them passes to him, you can't catch him. He's quick, not catching him.
oh my God. Oh my God, that pass, yeah. See, football bands, yeah. How pivotal is Martin Odegaard to us, to our season, yeah? And do you think we have a like for like replacement for him in the team right now? See, Arsenal have got squad depth. We're building on our squad depth. We have Kai Havertz who could play in that position. We have, mind you, our champion now, Smith Rowe, right now, who could also navigate within those confines. What do you think? Martin Odegaard this season.
Right. I think Odegaard is a very good player. Um, I thought he had a very good season, but, and I
Mm.
have to say, but sometimes he can go missing. Sometimes when the game gets a little bit, you know, physical and
A little bit
sometimes he
rough,
doesn't want
yeah,
it
yeah.
and a bit rough.
Mhm.
Sometimes he doesn't want it. And if you look back last season, I think he made three mistakes that led to goals against us. Some passes that went to the opposition and they scored. Um, I love Odegaard. Yeah, don't get me wrong, and I think he was excellent last season. However, I don't think he's ready to take us for a whole season yet. I still think there's things in his game that he needs to iron out. But
Ooh,
he's here. It's
wow,
another
this is a
season
big
now.
bombshell, man.
This is going to be like 2.5 seasons now. So he's probably ready. I think this
Mhm.
season. I think this season coming. Hopefully, he can see us through the whole season because these guys have learnt now. Um, I like him a lot, but I still think, and technically, ability, he's brilliant. But as I said, some games he can go missing, and I don't know who's the alternative. Who comes in for him? Is it Smith Rowe?
Mm.
Does Kai Havertz play in that
It happened
position? I
last
don't
season.
know.
It happened. It happened last season.
He did. So
Hmm.
the people could say what they want to say, but that's just my opinion on Odegaard. I love him, but I still think there's chinks in his game that needs to be ironed out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. See, man, I do share. I do buy what you're thinking. Yeah, it's just that I just really feel like there weren't enough squad depth to carry us last season. Yeah, only this guy can't be able to throw those passes. Only him can run back and start helping our defense. Only him can do all these things. You need trusted people around you who could execute for you at the same time too. So to just hang everything on his, at his feet, it won't help Arsenal in any way. But this is where it gets more interesting. Squad in depth. That's where we're going to, and that's our next topic. See, Craig, yeah, of course, you just heard what our friend and big brother here, football band, said about Odegaard. What do you think about our squad in depth now? Because see, yeah, we're having almost double figures in terms of cover for each position at Arsenal right now.
Mm. Yeah.
Even triple right now. At right back position, we have Cedric who's still at this football club. We have Tommy Yasu who's still at this football club. Mind you, he came up in that MLS game. He moved slightly into the centre back position in a flat central position. He centered it as a centre back down there, in which we had who was our left back? It was Gabriel Tomiyasu in the second half, and Julian Timber came in and slotted straight right into that third person in our back three. Yeah. Then no, it was in a back four, then turned into a back three whenever Julian Timber was going inverted into the midfield. So there was always those changes. We'll come into this Julian Timber. But do you know what? Yeah, centre back pairing. Yeah, we have Kivio. Mind you, we still have Holden, who is still in this football club. Now we now have William Saliba. We now have Gabriel, and we now have Tomiyasu, who also plays in that centre back position. In our left back position, we have Zitrenko, who is obviously the first in Mikel Arteta's books. We still have Kieran Tierney, and he's going nowhere. We still have Tomiyasu, who could also still play in that position. So in our back line, we have up to double, like extremely double cover in all our back in our defensive mechanism. When you come into the midfield, Thomas Partey is no more going. The news has filtered through; he's going nowhere. So Thomas Partey is there. We now have Declan Rice, who's down there, who could play side by side with Thomas Partey, or who we could say, okay, Thomas Partey, sit back and let's allow Declan Rice go into a box-to-box kind of midfielder. Or, in other words, we could say Thomas Partey, go be the box to box and just let's allow Rice sit back and shoulder and help defensively our defensive mechanism. We can do that, yeah. We still have Smith Rowe. We still have Martin Odegaard. We still have this guy who just came for £65 million, Kai Havertz, who could also play in the midfield too. You could play him in the flanks. We have Trossard, who could play in the flanks too, play as a central striker, play as an attacking midfielder, play as a right-sided a flanker, yeah, or winger, anyone you want to talk about. We still have Eddie Nketiah. We have Gabriel Jesus. See, Arsenal have squad in depth right now. What would you say about our squad in depth, Craig?
We've got a massive squad. I mean, some of the players you named might not be at the club, might not be at the club for the start of the season. Like you forgot about El Neni as well. You got Trusty as well, the American kid, the American guy.
Trusty. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
And he came for that MLS game. Very good. He gave a good account of himself. Very good, Trusty. Yeah.
So we've got a massive squad depth. I think maybe 5 or 6 of them players might be leaving anyway because we have to, for financial fair play and all that stuff. And the squad for the season, I think Arteta was like a 25-man squad or something like that. So I think certain men are not going to be able to get into the squad every week, but it's a strong squad to have. And then if we have injuries, then we can always replace players. Like certain matches, you can rotate the squad. Like in certain games, like if we play a Champions League game on a Wednesday, then we play on a Sunday. We can rotate the squad, not playing the same players like Saka, sort of resist injuries and fatigue and things like that as well. And I think that even Ramsdale is going to have to fight for his place this season as well because I think Matt Turner's done well for America in the
yeah. That's a big
yeah. So I think Matt Turner might really challenge Ramsdale for his place this season. I think last season it was like a settling period for him to get used to the
Turner
league.
has actually improved his game tremendously. Matt Turner over the turn of this preseason period, this summer, he has managed to change the whole story. Yeah, I used to look at him as a pretender, like a pretender for that spot for Ramsdale. But in
Mm.
the course of this summer, this guy has totally changed every idea I have about him. His displays in the CONCACAF, yeah, a penalty saving goalkeeper. Ramsdale doesn't know how to, how to keep out penalties. Yeah, this guy can take on penalties. The way this guy is flying, yeah, he was just flying everywhere in that CONCACAF, uh, 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 competition. He's really that good. He's improved tremendously. And you know what? Yeah, I really do think that this is now a very confusing one for Ramsdale and for Mikel Arteta because he favors Ramsdale. Yeah, I think this is a
Mm.
big one. Football bands, what do you think? Matt Turner, because Craig raises a very, very big point because last season, yeah, Ramsdale was at the back end of lots of gaffes. Yeah, lots of giveaways to certain teams. The one at Liverpool, the gaff against Southampton, lots of gaffes this guy have given away. It doesn't take away from his ability as a goalkeeper. I really do like him. I like him as our number one, but we do need that person that'll be there to issue those checks and balances to Ramsdale. What do you think, my brother? Football bands.
Okay, let me firstly address the squads, the big squad question first
Yeah, I'll
before I get
squad
into
that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
squad depth. So you can have squad depth, but we've got a big squad, but we haven't got the quality, and we're hanging on to players that are dead wood at the moment. We've still got players like Cedric.
Hmm.
We've still got players like Eddie and Ketia. Um, Balogun, who's going to play? Is it going to be Balogun? Is it going to be Eddie? Who are we selling? Who are we selling here? We still got players like, is it Rob Holden? Is he still at the club? So we still got players that typically
Rob
we need
Holding
to
is
get
still
rid
at the
of.
club, but I know that a club wants to get him, wants to take him off our hands on loan. But I don't know. But
Yeah,
for
but we
right
need to,
now, he's
we
still at the
need,
football club,
yeah,
and I
we
hear
need to get
him.
rid. Yeah, but we need to start thinking about offloading these players because these players are just hanger-ons.
Yeah.
They're taking up wages that we can be bringing in players of better quality because that's what we need to challenge for a league.
Mm,
You need players that are of a certain quality that could come off the bench. So like you've got Man Cities, they've got their 50 million, £100 players that can just come off the bench and do something. We don't need players like Rob Holding, Eddie and Ketia on his 100 grand a week wages. Just there, just like it's not that
mm,
he's not that great of a player. Everyone hyped him up when he went through that purple patch, but
yeah.
he's just a basic. He's just basic. He's just basic. But going on to I'm gonna disagree with you guys a lot today, so just get used to it. Yeah. Um, I don't see Turner challenging Ramsdale at all. If you notice that Arteta's got his favourites,
Ooh.
and Ramsdale, Aaron,
Yeah.
that's one of his favourites in
Okay.
the team, and he's not getting dropped for nothing. He's not getting dropped for nobody. Turner is a backup goalkeeper, just like Stormzy says, backup dancer. Yeah, that's what Turner is. Yeah, and he's not going to be challenging Ramsdale. Ramsdale's number one. Ramsdale could be like number one goalkeeper, England goalkeeper soon. So I can't see Turner unless Ramsdale's absolute shocking, yeah, for like the first 5-6 games, or picks up
Mm,
an injury, then he's not getting challenged by Turner at all. That's yeah, I can't
mm,
see it.
mm.
I can't see it personally.
Do you see that? Do you see that? See, yeah, Craig, do you see that happening? Yeah, in any alternative way, do you see that happening? Turner taking Ramsdale's position in any way? Mind you, we still have horrible goalkeepers in this football club. Runnerson. See, yeah, do you guys remember Runnerson? I saw this guy in
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
oh
US
man.
the other
Yeah.
day. Runnerson. You remember that guy? Yeah. Oh my God, that guy's still at the football club.
Is it the goalkeeper that punched the ball in the back of the
I'm
net against Man City, right?
Oh, against Man City, I hope. Oh my God. Man, I still remember that guy, man, and his exploit as an Arsenal goalkeeper. But see, but do you think, Craig, this one is a tricky one for you, but do you think Turner can in any way replace Ramsdale? In any way?
Football, the
But
team sport.
again, Ramsdale is the
I
most
believe.
valuable goalkeeper in the whole world right now. That's what the statistics says now.
But I feel if as Matt said that if he feels that that Ramsdale is Arteta's favorite and he won't get dropped, but if Ramsdale has a few bad games or gets out of form, and Turner's doing well in training and doing well in matches he plays in, it could be another. It could happen. Look what happened to Leno when Leno was at Arsenal. He was Arsenal #1. Then Ramsdale came in. Then Leno had a couple of bad games. Then we lost 3 games. I think it was 3 games in a row we lost. Then he dropped Leno and brought in Ramsdale, started Ramsdale. So it can happen. It doesn't matter if Ramsdale is Arteta's favourite. If he's not performing on the pitch, then he needs to be dropped and bring someone else to play. And last season, toward the end of the season, his form was very poor. He made a lot of mistakes and he still played. So there you go. I do understand what the favoritism is. What he's saying that he will not drop him, but if he's not performing to the level required to be a top goalkeeper for Arsenal or in the Premier League or in Europe, for example, then he has to just be ruthless.
But to be fair, Craig, yeah, the team didn't
Mm.
perform in the last few games, so you can't really pick out Ramsdale and say he was bad, because if you look back at the Liverpool game, he actually saved us from losing that game.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And that was the only inch of significance we still had for going for the title. If you look at the West Ham game, remember the party mess up, and we just defended terribly towards the end. So I can understand, like
Horrible,
towards the end.
horrible.
Yeah, I can understand like towards the end that the motivation must have just seeped out of him. So he did make a howler against, who was it?
Southampton.
Southampton, yeah, when he passed, yeah, he made a couple of bad passes, yeah, okay, yeah. When he's supposed to play it to, who was it, Party or
Yeah,
whoever he passed it
Southampton,
to. Yeah,
Liverpool, the one at Liverpool. Oh my God, those gaffes, yeah, it really hurt me, yeah. And the one that even hurt me most, yeah, was that one against Sporting Lisbon at the Europa League. That one made
the
me.
ball over
I
the
don't know if
lob,
you
yeah?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you guys don't remember that one? Like, you
I
don't
remember that one.
of course.
I remember that.
Oh
I do. He lobbed with like 40 yards out, right? Like 40 yards out. Boom. Top bins.
Oh my God, that one
hurt.
hurt me.
That hurt.
Yeah, that
That
one
hurt.
hurt me.
That hurt.
I cursed at this guy. It hurt. It hurt. But see, wait, before we go into this Manchester United matchup coming up, which will be one of our last topics, yeah, guys. See, should we be going for all trophies next season? Yeah, is it open season next season? Should we be going for all these trophies next? Should we be going for the Champions League, Premiership, Carabao Cup? Because see, man, as for me, I need the Mickey Mouse Cup. How about that? I want the FA Cup. I want the Carabao Cup. Those two, in fact, paramount. I need those two. I need the Premiership title. Yeah. How about the Champions League? I need everything, every goddamn thing this season. See, yeah, even apart from all those titles, yeah. How about starting with the biggest occasion of all, the start of the season, the preseason matchup against Man City? Have a mental advantage over the bigger boys, the big sharks of the league. Arsenal, how about that? How about that, guys? How about that? Do you guys share in the same ideal with me? I'll start with you,
I
football
agree.
band, before I go on that one.
Okay, so my attitude towards football is you got to go out and win everything, man. And if you don't win anything, you got to at least put in the effort that I don't believe in this. Oh, the Carabao Cup's beneath us. oh, it's just this cup, it's just that. I don't believe none of that, because if we win it, we win it. Yeah. Obviously, you have levels on
Mm,
cups to win. So, the Premier League, that's your baby. So you should be going for that. Yeah. The Champions League, well,
mhm.
I don't think we can go for it, but I don't think we're at that level yet. I don't think we're at that level to win it. But you never know what can happen over a period of games. However,
Hmm.
I totally agree with you in terms of, yes, we should go for everything. Why not? If we have the squad, yeah, why not go for everything? Why not?
I know. Yeah, we have the squad. We have the squad. You see, we've just invested. We've just invested 200 million, yeah, into this squad, yeah, and we got second last season in the league. We should go somewhere with this, yeah. See, I'll be very, very crazy next season if I don't see Mikel Arteta at least putting up a decent squad, yeah, for that Carabao Cup. Because I think it's game over now. We need to put up or shut up. This is the time where we need to get domestically. I want to see our dominant domestically in that league. I want us winning the FA Cup. How about the FA? See, yeah, even in those days, yeah, the only thing that used to save Arsene Wenger was the FA Cup. And right now, in
Mm.
about 2 seasons, we've not won the FA. 2 3 seasons now, we've not won the FA Cup. That used to be the cup that holds off, any kind of like siege the fans are usually holding against the board. That used to be that title. We used to win it. So how about getting back into that winning culture? How about winning those trophies back again, getting us into those glory days again? Yeah, we need those kind of trophies right now. We need to put up a decent fight in Champions League. Yeah, we're going to the Champions League, but I don't want us to be the whooping boys of the Champions League. I don't want us out in the group stages. I want us to be in that place, yeah, go through the round of 16, go to the quarterfinals. How about the semifinals? Come on, man. We have a big squad right now. Why can't we do it? We have to do it.
Mm.
Craig, what do you think?
Now, I agree on both of you that we're a big club. Arsenal's won big trophies in the past, so I feel that we have to go for every competition this season. No excuses. And I think with
Mhm.
Arteta as well, what buying him time is that he won two trophies in his first season. He won the FA Cup, then he won the League Cup, the Charity Shield, and I think that's what gave him that
Yeah.
time to build the squad. But
Yeah,
now,
that's what, yeah,
but
I give him that
yeah, but
leverage.
but now I think that time is running out now. It's like having one of them time things and time meters is running out now. I think we can say that winning the FA Cup, that's a long time ago now. So now he needs to start winning trophies again, because he can't. If he has to win something
Mm.
this season, or else he's under pressure. I think he's under pressure this season as well to win a trophy.
Unless he's
I think he's
under
under
pressure,
pressure.
right?
I think he's under pressure. Yeah, he knows he has to deliver a trophy this season, or else he'll be out. Because you don't back
Mm.
the manager to spend 200 million in the summer and come runners up the city again and don't win no trophy. It can't work. I don't think it could work.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
I,
exactly,
I don't think it
exactly.
could
And
work.
that's in 4 seasons, yeah. That would
Mm,
be 700
100 million. Yeah.
million pounds. Shy, 300 million, shy of £1 billion. Brother,
Mm,
I don't know how you guys look at figures, but man, that's huge, man. Almost
yeah.
£1 billion. Man, we have to start delivering the goods. But see, football band, yeah. Before we go to the assembled question, yeah. TJ Warren is on, is down here, is in America. He's watching. I saw him watching the MLS match against Arsenal. TJ Warren, big ups to you guys. TJ Warren, a very good friend of ours and a good friend of this channel. It says, big up, Tony. The panel. Hope everyone is well. Koig. See ya, guys. Go look at TJ Warren's TV. Yeah. See, there's a question here for Bant, but before we even go there, yeah. See, Bant, yeah, you're a football manager. You're the most backed manager in this league. Does anyone have any questions when I say that Mikel Arteta is the most backed manager in this league? Any questions? Any
No.
disagreement?
No.
No. Good. So we have a coach who is the most backed manager in this league. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah, almost £1 billion spent throughout his stay in this football club. Almost £1 billion. See, this is a very simple question, football band. Is Mikel Arteta under hefty pressure to deliver silverware next season? With the whole money he spent, is he under tremendous pressure to deliver a trophy next season?
From the fans, probably, yeah. The board, maybe. It's a bit difficult to say because Arteta's he's quite a likable character now. The players love him. You know, the fans, the staff. Well, a
Right?
lot of the fans and the staff love him already. Um,
Mm,
if he comes up just short, say for example, I don't know. Say for example, it was another top battle again with in the Premier League, and I don't know, City won by 1 point or something like that. You know, what what do we do then? Do we just like,
what
oh,
do we do?
we got to get rid of you? Let's we can talk about monetary value and we can talk about this and we can talk about that, but you got to look at the factors. And I'm not an Arteta lover. I do like him, but I'm not an Arteta lover either. So for me, if he doesn't win
Yeah.
anything, then he needs to be out. That's my personal thing. But
But
also, you
what
have
if
to
you
look at
get
the
what
flip
if he
side.
gets a Champions League? Yeah, he's cooking. It's cooking,
Oh,
Craig. It's
listen,
cooking. But what if he gets? You see, yeah, we have fan base. Yeah, what if the fans say, okay, good, but this manager has put up back-to-back title challenges to Manchester City. If he qualifies for the Champions League second time on the trot, yeah, do you think those conversations will start happening? Like, oh, he got us into another Champions League. Yeah, we didn't win the title, but he got us into another Champions League. When was the last time we got Champions League back to back? You know our fan base. They will come up with this, kind of excuses or facts, because it could be facts, because Mikel Arteta definitely will take us to back to back Champions League if he does challenges next season. What do you think on that take, football band? If that kind of argument comes up, or do you think that kind of argument will come up?
Yes, it will come up. But also, the argument of not winning a Premier League for 20
Hmm.
years will also come up as well. Now, you can't say you're a big club
Hmm.
and you go 20 years without a Premier League trophy. You cannot say that. So, when's it going to change? At this point of time now, and I don't want to be
Hmm.
sounding arrogant or whatever, but we should be challenging next season. We should be up there next season. Yeah. City, City is still going to be a good team, no matter who they get rid of. Yeah, they're still going to be a good team. Pep knows the type of profile. He's got that talent ID and the type of players that he would like to bring in. So City will have the drop off, but they will. City are City. They know how to win titles. From last season, when we had our little blip, Arteta should
Hmm.
have learned
So what they
from
do?
last season. Yeah, Arteta should have learned from last season that this season he has to correct that. Now Arteta needs to win something. He needs to win an FA Cup or something. He needs to win something. If he doesn't win anything, I'm gonna be in your stream, Tony. Yeah, calling him through his back. I don't care if he makes another Champions League
Fuming, fuming. But
season
even the
next. I
FA Cup,
don't care.
but see, yeah, if you're spending 700, but even the FA Cup is too small. We need a bigger trophy. We need a bigger trophy.
Yeah,
You're not
we
see, yeah, you're not spending £700 million, yeah, to win the goddamn FA Cup. No, you're spending almost
mm,
£1 billion to win the Premiership, to win the Champions League. These are astronomical figures
yeah,
that
yeah.
you need to win the big. See, yeah, you need to be in the big leagues. You need
Mm.
to win the big thing. Craig, do you think differently, or,
No, I
or
don't. No, I
are you
don't.
in
I
the
don't. I
same
don't.
train of thought with us?
No,
Me and
I agree with both of you guys. I agree with Bounce Hill. Yeah,
okay,
if you're a big
then come
club,
with
you're a
us.
big club.
Then say,
You have to win big trophies. I know you said something as well, Tony, about
hmm,
Arsenal. If they finish Champions League next season and they fall short winning the league again. Arsene Wenger used to get ridiculed for not winning any trophies when he got top Champions League. Do you remember when he used to get ridiculed? Every season he qualified for Champions League for 19 years. He didn't win a lot of trophies, but he got Champions League every season. And the fans were
yeah,
always complaining, we want to win
every
trophies,
season.
we want this, we want that. So if Arteta does it again, not win a
Hmm.
trophy, fans will get on it. As Bant said, they'll get on his back. And we're a big club. Arsenal's a big club. Arsenal one of the biggest club in London. So and the third biggest club in this
So,
country.
so
So
in other words, you think? So in other words, you think they will call for his head? So in other
yes,
words, you think they will call for his head, right?
yes, 100%. If we don't win any
Next
trophies
season,
next season,
if he
then they'll
doesn't
call
deliver
for
a
his head.
silverware,
Yeah, they'll call
hmm.
for his head.
Guys, big revelations down here today. Yeah, see, Bant, there's a question here specifically for you, and it was thrown by one of our. See, this guy, yeah, they assembled. I don't know what I would have done without you, man. You're always here for me, man. Big ups to you, man. Always here. Big respect to you, the assembled. He says, yeah, Bant, question. Jesus scored a beautiful goal. I think this is a very important question. Yeah, people might side, might put it down, but this is a very important question. Bant, question. Jesus scored a beautiful goal the other night. Yeah. What I found disturbing was he still isn't. Guys, listen to that. He still isn't prevalent in the penalty box. Thoughts, if any. See, this is the most important question that's been asked, yeah, on this show right now. Because I've had the same argument with I think it was with Traps, actually. This was a backyard talk, because Traps my guy. So we're having this discussion. Arsenal still don't have that striker that can punch in goals from the 18-yard box. Who is there? Who's standing there? Who's there? Gabriel Jesus is not there. He's out there trying to bring other players into play that he, who was brought in as a striker, isn't even there in the 18-yard box to take a crack at those loose balls that are there in the 18-yard box. Bant, what do you say to this? It's your question.
Yeah, it's a very good question by the assembled. You got yourself the assembled. Um, how can I answer this question? Yeah, it's
Hmm,
very concerning.
tough one.
And then I also,
Hmm,
before I actually answered the question, I also thought, is he being played on purpose by Arteta that way to, you know, although it sounds crazy to not be in the box, I don't understand why Jesus is not breaking his neck to get into that box shell, to get onto the end of things. Maybe we'll see it more as the season prevails. I don't know. I think what we should do is keep a monitor on it tonight. If he plays against Man United, obviously, let's see the type of runs he's making. Is he
hmm,
making runs into the box? Is he still staying deep and not making those runs? Because it'd be very interesting.
hmm.
And if it's a tactic of Arteta's, then I really don't know what to say to that. A very good question, by the way.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's a very good question. Very interesting one because Arsenal have all these loose balls. Yeah, even in that last match against MLS, we have all these loose balls, and no one, no, see, guys, no one is at the end of things in the 18-yard box. And we have a striker who we brought in, yeah, in Gabriel Jesus. Is not there. Even the goal that Gabriel who scored in the game against MLS did not even come from the 18-yard box. He is not there. He's absent from there. Good. When there was this conversation about Gabriel Jesus, Snoop GGG, yeah, big ups to you, associated to my very good friend Nas, yeah, Nas CFCOG. That guy, that's my guy. And Snoop GGG, big ups to you. He says, "Born Arsenal." Big ups to you, Snoop GG. See, of course, he's a Chelsea fan. These are haters of Arsenal, haters. But see, yeah, um, Gabriel Jesus was not even in the 18-yard box when he scored that goal for Arsenal. He's never in the box. Okay in that when they were having this conversation about him getting the spot before Richarlison in the Brazilian national team going to the World Cup. There was there was this contention, there was this talk, yeah, and Gabriel Jesus said that what, I see football more better playing from the wings. That's coming in or cutting in from the wings. That's and of course footballers, they have that thing in them, yeah, where you see the game being played more, yeah, and that is eagle eye. That's where he sees most of the game, and that's where he sees his abilities more. So he passes from the flanks areas, yeah, comes in, cuts in, brings up play, bring people into the game for them to get goals. And if he's in around that area, he could get those goals. But he's never there when he does all this extra work and the ball is just begging to be put into the post. He's not there. So, Craig, what do you have to say about that?
He's not a natural number 9. I think he's more of a number 10 or wide. When it was at City, he played out wide. The season they won the league, he didn't play straight for them. It's not his final season at City. He played out wide. Didn't really play up front a lot.
Exactly.
It goes to show. It goes to show that you need a penalty box striker in the box. I think Balogun's a penalty box striker. You don't really see him. He's always in the box. So, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a hard one. It's a very hard one. It's really hard. I think
it's a very difficult one. Yeah,
it's very difficult.
it's a very difficult one.
Could we create
It's
chances?
I reckon it could create chances, but creating chances for people who are not natural strikers, that's a bigger problem. You're creating the chances for those who are not natural strikers, so it becomes a big problem. Yeah, Martinelli can come out and bail you out sometimes with his naturally God-given abilities. Yeah, Saka can, venture to do something like that. But again, if you don't have a fox in the box, yeah, that type of Andy Cole-ish kind of striker who's down there just waiting to get at the end of things, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems. So
that's why
you
Tony's
want to say
available in
something?
January. That's why Tony's available in January. We'll just snap him up. If you don't keep Balogun, then go for Tony. Tony's a penalty box striker, and he's physically good as well. He can pin defenders. He's got a good head on. He can head on the ball well. He's good at free kicks. Good at penalties. I think he would be a good number 9 for us if we could get him in January. So we'll have to see what happens, man.
Yeah, he had quite good displays. Balogun had quite good displays in that matchup against MLS. Good runs. It was energetic. It was trying to get at the end of things. But of course, he needs more time to run out in the team. Yeah, he needs more time. Yeah, to run out, to integrate more into the team, and all of that. But again, big teams are coming in for Balogun. Inter Milan has entered into the fray. Mind you, Chelsea was also into in that fray. Again, I think he's making a U-turn. I think Balogun wants to stay at Arsenal. I think he's making a U-turn right now. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with it. See, football band. Arsenal is playing Manchester United this morning. Yeah. What do you think about that matchup? Does that matchup give us anything mentally, any mental advantage over Manchester United in the coming season? Does this have anything to do with any kind of advantages? And how do you see the matchup going? Who do you think we should have in there? Do you think it should be a game of chess, or do you think we should just go out there with our expensive toys and just crush Manchester United?
I don't think this is an important game at all. This doesn't tell us anything really. I just want to smash United anyway because I can't stand them. I hate you, United fans. I hate your team.
Traps
I'll
and
tell you
them
straight.
lots. Traps and them lots. Yeah.
All of you lot, I can't stand you, United fans. So yeah, let's just smash them
I
just
don't
for the
like devils,
exhibition
man.
anyway. Yeah, because if they beat us,
Exactly.
they're going to be all on social media. Oh, we beat Arsenal. We beat Arsenal. Shameless fans, shameless fan base. So yeah, I don't. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be. It's nothing important today. It's nothing important.
Wait, Bant, yeah. Even mental edge, mental advantages, mental positives, you don't see it in this
Nothing.
matchup, yeah. Like
Nothing.
beating one of the guys in top four before you go into a very, very important season.
I don't think so. No,
You don't think so?
it's pre-season. It's pre-season. It's pre-season. I don't think so. No,
Hmm.
I just think it's going to be a very. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. I think there's going to be a lot of goals.
Okay.
Um, I don't think there's really anything in this game to determine that we're going to be having a better season than United. I can't see it because there's still players to be bought. United still got to buy some players, and who knows how they're
Hmm.
going to start their season. They might be really good come next season. So I don't think this this
Yeah.
this has any bearing on anything. I just think it's a friendly. I think both teams are gonna probably play a lot of reserve players. Maybe bring on some big players in the second half. And yeah, I can't see it being anything other than just a friendly, but probably like a bit
Than just a
a
friendly.
meaty friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Michael Harris, guys, yeah, gunshot, yeah, for Michael Harris. Poo, poo, poo. Michael Harris, one off. See, yeah, this guy's becoming one of our regulars down here. He has been coming here to, to cheer us up and
Big up
to show
Michael.
love to this channel, man. Michael Harris,
Big up Michael.
big ups to you, man. Big ups
Big
to
up,
you,
Michael.
Michael Harris. Thank you for always showing up to my shows, man. God bless you, man. God bless you. And Michael Harris says something. He says, "Yes, footy bands, Traps is waiting to chat reckless. Of course, is waiting to chat reckless if they win tonight, even if it's pre-season. Of course, Traps is in. See, yeah, this guy, yeah, Traps sent me a message about Kai Havertz not scoring in the challenge. Yeah, it was like, look at this guy. What's going on? Hello, hello. I think I'm back. Hello, guys. I think I'm back now. I'm back
Hmm.
now. So, Chap sent me a message based on Kai Havertz missing some cross, those cross in that cross challenge where he missed those goals to be scored and everything. He couldn't get one and all that stuff. He sent me that message. Yeah. So just imagine Manchester United winning tonight, beating Arsenal tonight. Traps will be over the moon. Although in the show we had yesterday, he said that it's nothing. But bro, I don't think so, man. If Man United beats us this morning, Traps will be all over the news. Spreading all this stuff about Arsenal and how we've wasted money. So we need to really beat these guys up tonight. Uh, Craig, what do you say? What do you have to say about the matchup this morning? In maybe like 2 hours time, the match will be starting up anyway. So what do you think?
We need we need to win for this. Just to put a marker down for the season. I know it's pre-season. Yeah, we need to just for the. I know Man and Arsenal they hate each other, so it's all going to be banned. I've got Man United friends as well, and they're going to be bantering us if we lose the game. So we need to win, just for the banter's sake, and just for because we've got to play them in the season as well. We've got to play them early in the season as well. I think it's the third or fourth game we've got to play them. So it'd be nice to lay a marker down for the season to see, just for bragging rights. Yeah.
Yeah, just for bragging rights. Yeah, but again, me, I do see all this type of games as something that could help you mentally. Because when you look at
Mm.
Manchester United, yeah, you just say, okay, good. Yeah, there's no friendly amongst us. Yeah, there's nothing about friends. with Manchester United. They're rivals. Yeah, they don't like us. We don't like them either. And see, today you're going to see a big team being named by Eric Ten Hag. He's not gonna go there with some bunch of schoolboys ready to be disgraced. No, he's gonna come up with his big guns. Yeah, Onana might play. There are big guns who play today. Yeah, with their toys that they just got too. Yeah, all these guys are gonna play today. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, they'll try to cause harm today, but I still believe that with the team we have just enough to get that off the way. But let's see what happens anyway. I would like to be the one laughing at traps at the end of the day. See, guys, we've come to the end of the show. What a show, man. We touched on all these topics, guys. See the big four next season, it's gonna be huge, man. Me and Bance and see guys, and me and Bance, we have this show that we're doing now, which is Arsenal Crash Talk. Everything it's possible on this show. And of course, me and Bance were friendly. But man, next season, man, this show won't be a friendly show. Actually, it won't be a friendly one. It will be the one that me and Bance will actually go at each other, and words will be said. But again, if Arsenal is winning the games, words won't be said. We'll just be very happy. But guys, if it doesn't happen in that way, me and my big friend here might have to go to war in each episode of Arsenal Crash Talk. So exactly. Oh, you see, got those moves, right? Are you into boxing?
No.
Are you into boxing?
No.
Okay. I'm into boxing in terms of like I talk about boxing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But do you watch boxing?
Oh yeah. Big fight next week.
Yeah, I talk boxing.
Who's fighting? Who's the Crawford and Errol Spence. Yeah, that's a big fight. That's a big fight next week.
Crawford and Errol Spence. That's a big one, guys. That's a massive fight. Who'd you got? Who'd you got in that matchup, man?
Oh, I can't even answer that question, man. I can't answer that. That's too difficult for me to answer.
It's a big one.
That's
a big
difficult. Yeah, maybe Crawford
it's a big one.
Yeah, maybe Crawford just on points. But Spencer's a big hitter, isn't he? Spence can hit. Spence is very physical.
He's a G.
He's good. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
He's a legit boxer.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's a difficult one. And then someone's always got to go as well.
Who do you think? Errol Spence. Yeah, sure. Errol Spence, Crawford, Craig.
That's a hard one. I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. It's very hard to predict because everyone's saying that this one's the favorite, that one's the favorite. Anything can happen on the night. It depends who's a better fighter on the night because I think everyone is saying that Spence might win because of his boxing, his punching ability. Some people are saying that Crawford could win, but it depends on who comes out on good on the night because everyone can. Sometimes the favorite, sometimes lose as well.
Crawford has an ultimate punch rate. He can box, he can punch, he can walk and wriggle with his legs. See him, man. Yeah, his stamina is top notch. His punches, bro, man. His punches top notch, man. And again, we're talking all these things. Errol Spence got through some.
He hasn't fought for a long time, though, has he?
Yeah. That accident he got.
Yeah. Even he's had a big gap in it.
Even when they were talking about the matchup, he was slurring in his speech. If you notice, when he was talking, his speech was slow in a way. So I think it really affected his cerebrum in a way. So but let's see. I don't think he's just the same fighter. My mind says monetarily, I will be going for Crawford because I think Crawford will be more fired up for it. I think Crawford is a beast. The rate at which he throws punches tirelessly, he might be able to bamboozle Spence with those flurry of punches that he throws. Yeah, and his experience in
Hasn't
this type
Spence got a dodgy eye as well?
of
Hasn't
big
Spence got a
fight
funny eye?
legends. So let's see.
Hasn't Spence got a funny eye as well? Dodgy eye.
Yeah,
So if Crawford gets to his eye
yeah, I'm
early,
back.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Did you hear what I
Exactly.
said?
Yeah, very dodgy. So I don't
Eye,
know. I
yeah,
don't know. And Ugas really gave him a punch. Ugas gave him a very
yeah,
huge punch that shook him in a way I couldn't really believe. I think that was I think 2 years ago when they fought with Ugas. Ugas,
yeah,
Ugas is this stand-up tall guy ready to
yeah, yeah, yeah,
box.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
tall, huge, muscular. Yeah,
Mm,
so he gave him a fight. Yeah,
mm,
and Spence, was a little bit shook. But
yeah,
again, you never know. You never know. Spence could come out with something because in his training camp looks real good. So
mm,
let's see what's gonna happen, man. Let's see.
yeah, man.
Someone is in the chat, say something across the spots pond. He says that's a big friend of ours, Chris. It says whoa lads, 90 Manchester United in NYC. Wanna join Tony Cloud for watch along? It's my channel, Amory TV and Full Time Sports Network. Let's see if I could join in, man. I would like to enjoy that matchup, man. But I would definitely show in. Just send me the link. I will just pop in and have a few banters with you, Chris. Man, it would be nice to jump in. Yeah, big ups to you. Yeah, guys, let's start going and let's hope that Arsenal, does this thing for us. Yeah, football bands. Please shout out where people could find you, my brother. Shout out where people could find you.
Yeah, just by the name, Football Bants channel. That's me. I'm on all Twitter, Insta, and YouTube. So yeah, just click on the follow, like, subscribe button, and yeah, I'll follow you right back.
Yeah, sure. Craig, please tell those people where they can find you, my brother. Craig.
CMAT29 on Instagram and 87.uk on Instagram as well. That's what we do our podcast on. And we have our YouTube is 87.uk as well on YouTube.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, big ups to you guys. Thanks for joining us. Me and the troops. Yeah, we'll be coming maybe next week. We might do another show again because the big four have to come back. Because a lot is going on, and just before the season starts, let's just try and put one or two things out there. So definitely, we'll see you guys soon. Big ups on behalf of everyone here.